All right, good morning, everyone. 7:45 a.m. A little late to the morning video, but I figured it's Sunday. I think I gave myself a extra hour of sleep. Typically, I wake up at like 5:30, 5 a.m. or so. But today, what I wanted to open up with is, you know, what my morning routine, my morning philosophy, my trading philosophy is like. And this is in the education section right here. If you go into education, and for those of you who are new or you haven't seen this, I really suggest you take a look at this because it helps you understand and build like a morning routine, a morning sense of happiness or zone that you need to get into, right? Quite often people don't realize that, they're slightly bad days of maybe losing a bad trade can roll into a big ball of crap in a week if they let that mindset continue. So one thing you got to understand is, first of all, I mean, you need to forget the winners and losers of yesterday. Whether you won $100,000 yesterday or you lost 10,000 or 100,000, whatever. Today's a new day. Okay, people in the market, new direction, new landscape, new everything. All right, move on quickly. And then obviously you have to create a morning routine. I don't know if you're late morning people or you like to stay up at night or whatever, but you got to do things that help you get into the zone, things that make you feel good. Like DBX just asked me that, hey, did you have your morning smoothie? And that's my morning routine. Every morning, I'll do some yoga and some meditation, relax, drink my morning green smoothie. I had some, nice spinach, carrot, and ginger in it today. And then that kind of like refreshes my mind to, clear up everything from yesterday, think about what I'm grateful for, and then approach the market with a healthier mindset. If you come into the market thinking that, hey, I lost yesterday and I gotta make this money back, or, I'm kind of screwed or whatever, I can probably guarantee you that, you're probably going to screw up more and lose more money. That's just, the way of the market. It really breaks you down, and you'll have good days, bad days, really shitty days. But if you don't have a routine for yourself, if you don't create a direction for yourself, the market will break you. Okay. So, and then obviously you could read the rest of this stuff, but I just wanted to give you guys just a quick synopsis because I often see, so many traders looking to overtrade or talking about their losers and winners and whatnot. But, it's okay if you had a couple good days or a couple bad days, let it kind of just be a thing of the past and approach today with a more positive mindset. Okay. Anyway, I hope that spiel helped you. All right. So let's get to the analysis, right? So here's the thing. Okay. We are back inside the trading range. All right. So remember yesterday we were creating this, triangle that we actually broke out of. And then overnight it looks like we collapsed back inside. I actually was up a little bit late into the night, and I saw this happening right here. I just take a quick glance at my monitor. I saw this happening. I didn't see this happening on the way up. But I figured that in this particular area right here, I figured that there is going to be a bounce. I'll tell you why, right? When you come hammering down on the first go, you're hitting, remember, this key area that was the high of this trading range. Remember, it's something like this, right? Key area that was resistance, okay, on the way up, and then it broke through, tested as support, and then popped back up, and now it's looking like it wants to crack it, okay? So I stated yesterday, if you go into the Bitcoin analysis section, that if we come back inside the trading range right here, right, chances are we're going to the low, okay? Now, we haven't quite done that yet, so we'll see how this thing, resolves itself. But so far, this is definitely not a good sign that we've come back inside the trading range. Okay, I think first smash right here, I think was acceptable. And if we would have put in a higher high right here, that would have been great. But we didn't do that. We created actually kind of like a descending triangle, broke down from it, climbed up, put in a lower high, lower high, and broke down. Okay, now we're actually sitting in a very, very peculiar area, which is if you look at this ascending trend line right here, right, we actually haven't broken it technically. Okay, we've wicked way below it, but also caught a lot of support at this horizontal level right here, right here, right here, right here, and right here, right? And so now we're in that same area, okay? And that horizontal support was at 88.51, okay? So now that we got some liquidity from here, below here, and then also from this key support level, I probably say we're going to try to make our attempt back up. Now, I'll tell you this. I would not want to take longs unless there's two conditions met, okay? Number one, we climb above this trading, the range high right there, and we put in something like this, and then we start pushing up. But then I target this high right here, okay? Alternatively, all right, you can also wait above this area to have a nice, clean 1 or 4 hour close above here, okay? This way, you don't end up with something like this, where if you look over here, see, that was the key lower high right there. Let me zoom in a little bit for y'all. See, that was a key lower high right there, and we dropped off. We came back all the way up to that level, took out some liquidity, and then dumped, right? So, excuse me, if you don't want the same thing happening to you again, all right, where price climbs up violently, wicks you out of your short, and then starts dumping, or rather, you prematurely long right here, or you long right here thinking that, well, you know, that's it, we're going to keep going up. These are the ways to sort of avoid that scenario. Okay, and I'm giving you guys these hints because too often I see people getting too aggressive when the structure itself still has not resolved itself. Yes, we see some violent movements up or down, but remember, this is how the market works. It's trying to do its best to shake you out of your position, basically to make you crap your pants while you're holding on to shorts or longs. It doesn't matter, okay? So, because remember, here's the thing about levered markets, okay? You will see violent moves like this because there's too many people with very high leverage, tight liquidation levels, and this is why you see these violent drops. Okay, it's just cascading stops or liquidations one into the other, like a domino effect, right? So I urge you guys to be careful on these moves and watch out to make sure that you don't get trapped. So again, the options are, right, you wait for this thing to start rejecting you, and then, you know, if you break this trend line right here that you see, this ascending trend line, I mean, that could be your short right there, okay? But until then, I personally think that you don't really have a trade right now, okay? I'd probably be waiting, all right? Alternatively, remember in the advantage side yesterday, folks, let me see here, where the heck was it? Oh, nope, we took a long right here. All right, we took a long yesterday. Let me see. Or did we take a long? Oh, 89.20 or so. Or, I mean, I guess it was averaged in. So we were, I think, on the way up, just inching out of this this area, I think it was, right? I think we were moving out of this area right here, and we caught some of the breakout, some of the move to the upside. Closed out our position pretty much at the top right there because it didn't seem like price was getting towards 92.25, which was our target. It wasn't really getting there with conviction. You know, it kept having like dwindling volume, bearish divergences started to show up, and they started to play out. So I said, you know what, screw it. I'm gonna take some profit and you know, just get out of the position. And you can see right there, we took profit at 91.70 and then moved 1/3 of our position into a stop profit at 9100. So from 89.20 on average, we took a profit at 91.70, and then when we got stopped out and thinking on this wick right here, you know, that was still 9100 stop, and that was still about a $200 move, right? So the fact of the matter is, you need to understand when the prices are going to come back and start retesting levels, when you need to move your stop up, when you need to take profit. And I think I'm really glad that I get the opportunity in the advantage side to show you exactly how I operate. Sometimes I'm very quick with it, but I do make sure that, you know, we do not lose out on good opportunities, especially, you know, holding your position overnight when you know that you're seeing momentum dwindle. This is why I am glad that we got out of our position right here and did not re-enter into longs, even though I'm sure at this point right here, right, everyone and their mother probably thought, well, this thing is definitely going to break up. But it doesn't matter, right? Until it breaks up and smashes above this high, your job is to take profit, walk away from the position, and then let the market show you what it's supposed to do, okay? Now, in this particular instance, okay, like I said, you have a couple options. But if you really want to be aggressive with it, all right, what you could do is long this. Because remember, we have not broken this trend line right here, all right? You could long this because you took a lot of liquidity and, you know, retested a key support right here around 88.50, all right? But again, you know, you have to be prepared that your stop might get hit, because there's no other stop other than, you know, the low of this wick, just FYI, okay? Ethereum, same thing, right? I was actually watching Ethereum last night before I went to bed. Same thing, you know, Ethereum actually broke down. I want to show you guys this, you know, Ethereum actually broke down, I think, starting here before BTC did. So I thought that was kind of interesting, and BTC quickly followed, obviously. Ethereum is also on the underside of this top range right here. Okay, I've mapped out this range for a number of reasons, because it's kind of like a key best fit line. So I know my line may not look that great, but it is a key level. I can guarantee you that, okay? So make sure you watch Ethereum and see if it comes back towards this line, starts getting rejected, and then that could be also your trigger for BTC short, all right? Trading light looks all right. I mean, you know, I don't really see any heaviness in walls. Like, there's really no guidance, strong guidance of support or resistance. It does seem like price is obviously being walked down, but it's nothing significant, you know, nothing that I say to myself that, oh crap, you know, there's a bunch of walls that are popping up and guiding price down. And I don't really see that, nor do I see on the way up though. You know, I'm not saying that I'm bullish. I'm just saying that it's neither is the case as of right now, okay? But this particular instance, you know, I gave you guys a couple scenarios, what to look out for. I would probably say, you know, if I were running this market, I'd probably say drive this thing back up again. And like I showed you, you know, stop out, you know, people just above this high right here. All right. And then start the real dump. Okay. So I got no trigger right now. I'm still waiting, but we'll see. You know, we'll see what happens. I got a couple of different scenarios to watch out for sure. All right. Let me see here. Still sitting in ETC. Let me see. I think my ETC probably got stopped out. I can't figure that. Let me see. Oh, actually, no, it didn't. I think my stop for ETC was like 630 or something, right? Let me see here. Yeah, 630. Okay. ETC actually held its own, so I'm pretty glad about that, and we're technically doing all right. We picked it up at like 729, so we're technically still in profit. I'm very surprised at ETC, actually. Gotta say. I would probably say if ETC held its own so far, it might climb up higher over the next several hours. So keep an eye on that. Okay. All right, folks, that's it. I wanted to do a quick analysis. Oh, by the way, actually, last thing, I found this trend line, which I find really useful, See this one right here on Ethereum? I like this trend line because if you see right here, it's been held up since April 15th. Okay, so good 15 days or so. And guess what? We're cracking it. Okay, so that means that the momentum might be shifting. Might. All right, so we'll see. I'll keep y'all updated through the day. I have my video with Facile at 10 a.m. in about 2 hours or so. We're going to cover the equities analysis. Today, we're going to do an amazing contrast of bull versus bear scenarios, because I think everyone is understanding that it's a very sort of bearish market, bearish mindset. But I think Facile today will play the bull, and we're going to lay out scenarios of how we could see maybe a bull market further up in the S&P 500 and equities and maybe even bonds going forward, and then how that impacts BTC I can maybe talk about tonight. Okay. Awesome, folks. Thank you guys for being such an awesome community. And again, if you or your friend is trying to sign up for Advantage membership, they have 2 days before the prices hike. So make sure you guys come join and pay up. All right. Y'all take care. Have a good rest of the day. Cheers.